Okay, so it's time to repair my cluster on my Sierra. So basically this speedometer sometimes doesn't work, and also the oil pressure, same thing. So pretty easy to get out. Just put the truck to unlock this, put it in first, then do this, squeeze, there we go. Oh yeah, so then you have to put the steering wheel down, all the way down, like so, and it's out. And then you have 4 screws, and then a plug. So I'm gonna take it out and come back afterwards. Okay, so I got the screws out. If you want to get the connector out, you just twist it just like this, and then you can reach for the plug. Yeah, I'm gonna need 2 hands for this. But yeah, you just press on the tabs and you pull. You have to wiggle it. So I'm gonna come back after. Okay, so that's what the connector looks like. So you have to press the tab here, and since the only prying point you have for your thumb is so flimsy, it's kind of hard to get out. But yeah, you just have to press hard enough and it's gonna come off. You have to wiggle it side to side and it's gonna come off. Yeah, as you can see, it's not coming all the way back down because the gears inside the stepper motors are done. And this one is when I first took it out to inspect and find out which part I needed, and I kind of messed up the needle. I guess when I was trying to put it back together, I touched the needle. This one is okay, it works fine. It's only these two, and there's also the range switch, which it doesn't always show up. So I've got to take it out and see what's wrong with it. It's probably the resistors. That's a common problem. They heat up and they unsolder themselves from the board. Alright, time to remove the faceplate and everything. So you've got these tabs. These are the only 2 that are quite hard to get. See? You pull this forward and you press your screwdriver in there. And there we go. Yeah. Now I'm going to take some tape and I'm going to mark all these all the way down and mark the position so that I can put them in the same spot. And basically they are, if you don't know, or if you didn't take it and do an account, they're always a little bit lower than the minimum. So as you can see, this one is just a little bit minimum. They're gonna bottom out to this when you pull when you turn them to the left. So they always go a little bit. Same thing here. They always go a little bit lower. So when you start the truck, they bottom out to this point, and then they're raised to the correct spot. As you can see, this one, other one here, that's me. I put it on there, and I put a faceplate while this was in the truck, and I kind of screw this one up. You see, this one is too low. It should be here. So I'm gonna mark them, and I'm gonna come back. Okay, so this is what you should do when you take it out before you move the needle or try to pull them off. So you put some masking tape and you just mark them. So because you're gonna have to remove it to reach the other end of it, to remove the servo, the stepper motors. And here you can pretty much hear the difference. This one is very stiff. Can you hear that? Yeah, that's bad. Versus this one. Yeah, this one is nice and smooth and very easy to turn. Same with this one, that one. Yeah, this one is not too bad. This one is perfect. So yeah, always mark them. You bottom. So yeah, for instance, if it's here, you bottom it out and you mark it. That's where the other one will go. Same thing here. Yeah, whoops. The other one. Yeah, well, this one I messed it up. So, but I know it's pretty much there. That's where I'm gonna put it. Alright, so now we can pull them out. We'll need a fork. Yeah, a little fork. Now you need a fork. Yeah, wire fork, because it's gonna pull both sides of the needle at the same time, and you won't risk breaking the needles. So I don't think you can buy those. So to do, you stick it up behind, put a little bit of pressure, and you turn the needle. There you go, simple as that. So you've got the needle, you do all of them. Bottom it out, put the needle in behind, a little pressure, force the needle down. There we go. Same thing here, bottom out. Whoops. Yeah, I guess you don't see anything from this angle, but that's what you, trust me, that's what you need to do. So when you turn, you're breaking the seal, and the slight pressure you apply just pulls it out. So you don't have to, you know, otherwise you'd be pulling really too hard on the poor stepper motor, and they're already very cheap and fragile. So yeah, just do it by turning the needles. Hey. See, this one is a little bit tighter. Yeah, here it is. Right, so now you can pull the cover. It's only held by those tabs. So, yeah, you see this one here. So be careful, and it should go easy. There you have it. You remove the spring. This is for the trip odometer. Although on my model it's not used for anything because I have the steering column mounted buttons, so don't use those. Don't use this one. So these are the stepper I need to replace. So this one here, that one here. I've got a replacement for it. So now remove the back panel. It's the same one as the previous one. This one is even easier because you can reach in with your fingers. That goes here. There you have it. Another part off. Now you just have to be careful with this circuit board. I'm gonna mark them. I need to remove this guy here, so this one here and that one right here. And for the park and a range switch, it's probably these resistors here. You see they're really heated up. They're silk screen, so I'm probably gonna try my luck at the at least reflowing the solder, and see if it solves the problem. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to replace them. Okay, so quality of the video won't be really good, but these are the resistor. I'm gonna redo the solder. When I put flux on them, I noticed they moved. So, and when I would plug this cluster in, if I would hold the jack here, the plug with all the wires from the dash, it would light up fine. So it would flex the board enough so that these would make contact. So I'm gonna reflow the solder on these resistors. Hopefully it's gonna work. Of course the problem is gonna show up later again because they pretty much they don't dissipate enough heat. But yeah, at least if I get another 80 years out of it, I'll be fine. I'll just redo them every once in a while when they start to fail. So we'll start with these first, and then we'll move on to replacing the stepper motors. Gonna put a little bit of flux here. And yes, they're gonna move. They're very, very, very small. Not sure if I got this one right. This is what I did on the Buick Regal first time I did this, and it worked. They were easier to locate. Not even sure these are exactly the one I need to redo, but as I saw a problem with them and the rest of my cluster works fine, thinking this might be what it needs. Thinking these are probably the culprit. There's a lot of burn mark around them too, so there's definitely a problem around there. Pardon my solder, I just don't have my my ACO. This is just a cheap $5 soldering iron. I shouldn't be touching this with this, but yeah. Alright, so guess I ran out of memory. That's all I can do with this camera. This camera doesn't accept the larger card, so I'm stuck to 2 gigabytes. And yeah, I ran out of memory, so I had to clean everything up and put it back in. Yeah, can't make miracle. So I clean all the solder joint from here, and now I'm about to start removing the stepper motors. So they have four contacts. So we'll start with the one in the center. I've got the new one here. These are the new ones, exactly the same, factory replacement, very cheap. But yeah. It's just a matter of heating up the solder joint and sucking the solder out of there, like so. So yeah, so I guess that's what I was saying before I ran out of memory, is I could pay someone to do that, but I'd rather try it myself. It's not too hard. Okay, so I guess I've got them all. Yep. And now it should just slide up. Here we go. That's one down. And yeah, they have a notch here and there, so it's impossible to put them backwards. So yeah, and a large one goes down there. It's in. And I'll just have to put a little bit of solder. Yeah, it's these four contacts here. So yeah, let's just solder it back on. Yeah, before I'm just gonna fold the tabs just like it was on the factory. So, yeah. I guess you can't see much with my hands in the way. Yeah, scratch the seal screen. No big deal. One, two, three. Yeah, this one is. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's one done. Next one is this is where I put a hex right there, because otherwise you flip the board over and then you're screwed, and you're just starting to take off the wrong ones. And yeah, that's the one I took off. So this one, before I mix it with the new one, I'm gonna put yeah, there it is. It's there. All right. You could do this with solder wick as well. It would be much easier, but I don't have any here, so I guess the little solder sucker is gonna have to do. Okay, and this is the tricky part. You have to heat it up because they bent the tab over. You have to heat it up and lift the tab at the same time, otherwise you're gonna have a hard time. There it is. Okay, so they look free. Oops, sorry about that. That's... There we go. It's out. We'll take you a new one. And a large knob on top. Yep, it's in. Here we go. She should be good. Yeah. It's all flat, just like the old ones. Yeah, this is much smoother. Okay. So let's throw it back together and try it, huh? Alright, so she's ready to go. So let's put it back together and try her. See what she writes. Yeah, so time for reassembly. So you take the white plastic, shove the board in there. Then once you've got this, you take the plastic backing, goes on top. Just looking at my solder joint, and they're all fine and dandy, so that's good. Okay, so you put the back cover on her. Okay, so you don't risk of breaking anything. And then top part. Okay, I've already took the liberty to clean my lens. It's not easy, but you can get by going through the old. I miss the old 94 truck. You could take off the glass and clean everything. You had access everywhere. It was much easier. But yeah, you can do it anyways with this. Don't forget the spring. You have to put the spring back in, even though you're pretty much not gonna use it unless you have a base model. And when this is done, you need the glass, which is, or the diffuser, I guess that's what they probably call it. Okay, put it just like so. You need just screen. Alright. All these little tabs. So you just press around those tabs and they pop in. There's a few of these, so don't miss any one, or panel won't be flat. And now the needles. Alright. 2 foam. Yep. Okay, so what you'll do, pretty much push them in the center. You can adjust them afterwards. So just stick them on. They're all the same size except the speedometer and the RPM. She's in there. You just put them on wherever. So. Be careful. Once they bottom out, don't push too hard or you'll break your new stepper motors. It's not going to be a good day. Alright, so now what you need to do, you need to force them. Yeah, that's no big deal, just be gentle. And you force them down back to your mark. The mark should be, if everything's fine, should be a little below the lower scale of the gauge. So this one goes right here. Sorry about that. So you always double check by putting yourself on top of it, so you know they are right where they should be. Yeah, you can hear the difference, huh? Now it's all nice and smooth. I guess what happened is the gears inside, they wear out, and all the wear and all the plastic from that stick inside the gears. So sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. And then next thing you know, the needle will be able to go up but not down. So yeah, these are super smooth. Should have replaced all of them, but they all work fine for me. So I'm gonna be cheap again and just replace the one I need to replace. Alright, just a little bit more, yeah. This one is starting to wear out, but since I'm not paying for it, yeah. As you can see, this one is too far down, so I have to go all the way around. Force it a little bit further, come back around. Still need a little bit more, so go around. Yeah, let's go more. There we go. First down. Yeah, this one's too low as well. Yeah, so that's it. That's pretty much it. Now you can move them around, take off the paper, put them back down. It's not too bad if you leave them here, as long as they are adjusted correctly. It doesn't matter, because you can always bump the key until they all reset to 0. That's a little trick for y'all. If you ever need your speedometer, you can always reset it. So it doesn't really matter as long as you did the correct setup there. There we go. This one is perfect. Good. Good. There you go. As you can see, they are always a little bit lower, because when the computer boots up, it raises them a little bit. So yeah, that's normal. So, but if you mark them, you won't have any problems. Just put them just the way they were. And the only thing left now is the faceplate. Not a faceplate. The faceplate is the other one. I called it what? The screen. Whatever. There we go. So I'll snap back. A little clean. Install it. And we should be good. I guess it's gonna be a pretty long videos, but at least I'm showing you everything and not just the actual parts. So hope it helps anyone, and I hope the range switch is gonna work, because there's no videos on YouTube showing which resistor you need to redo in order to make it work again. So I hope my video will help people out. Okay, the light is pretty bad here, but it's winter, so you have to cope with it. So let's see what it does. Oh yeah. So yeah, I've got my rain switch back. Yeah, it won't focus, but yeah, at least yeah, believe me, it lights up. So now, yeah, it works as it should. Yep, everything works. Okay, so now I'm noticing that I've got a few bad bulbs. Yeah, but they all have to do with illumination. So this one is bad, and the four-wheel drive is also bad. Yeah. All right, so hope it helps people, because yeah, it's the only one showing the range switch well on this particular vehicle and this cluster. So yeah, those 7 resistors, they are 510 ohms, and yeah, they pretty much care. As soon as I put my welding iron on one side of it, the other side just lifts off, because it wasn't even connected. So now I've got everything working. I only have to sort out the bulb, but I have to replace all of them, because yeah, these are dead as well. The whole radio, all the bulbs in the radio except the volume and the climate control as well, the bulbs are bad. The heater works, but the rest is all burnt out. A few ones here as well. So yeah, I'm gonna do them all at the same time. I just wanted to get my speedometer and all my other gauge working. So yeah, going. Oh yeah, and I've got it's as if I had more oil pressure, but it was only the gauge. I've got my 300, I would say 375 kilopascals. Oh no, yeah, I need to add a little bit of a press tone. Yeah, so. Okay, I might have to readjust the speedometer needle. So a little bit down. At least it works now. Yeah, I just have to move the truck from one side of the street to the other one, because I have too many vehicles, and it means I have to park in the street. So yeah, it's pretty much yeah, I'll have to raise this one a little bit higher. Yeah, if you want to turn them, if they're sticking somewhere, you can always bump them. You can see, yeah. You don't start it, you just as if you want it started, and then you just let it off. So see if you they always back down a little bit. See, so this one should raise back to 0, but it's not, because I put it a little bit too downward. So Yeah, that's not the big deal. I had to take it off for replacing the bulb because I didn't receive the bulb at the same time, but it was pissing me off that I didn't have a range switch and I didn't have my speedometer working correctly. So that's it. Hope it helps anyone, and have a good one. Yeah, I'm a perfectionist, so I'm gonna sort it out. Okay, all the way downwards. Okay, there it is. So just a little nudge. Okay, let's try this. Yep, that's much better. Yeah. All at this right spot. Yeah. Yep. That's perfect. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy with this. Save money, learn something. Guess that's how it works.